made it. I still have a couple things to set up, like my chat and my highlight chat, so hopefully I can do that while I'm waiting for people to come in. Saw my stream come up, so the audio should be working. James, late, shaking my head. Sorry for being late, but 1 minute, 2 minute late, that's kind of like the standard. How's everyone doing today? It's crazy. We got Christmas in a few days. Beardman is here. Let me get my overlay URL so that I can highlight these wonderful chats you guys are leaving for me. What's everyone up to though? I know my wife's a teacher, my son's in pre-K. They have tomorrow off. Then they have all of next week off. And they have the Monday following off as well. So probably a lot of vacation people are taking right now. I'm not going to take all that time off myself, but I will be taking some of it off. I don't know what exactly yet, but gonna be trying to hang out with the family, enjoy a nice, enjoy the holidays. Lego shill. Yeah, so for anyone who was in Pokenomics Discord, whoever was hanging out this morning, I had my office hour. Link down below for the Pokenomics Patreon if you're interested in joining. But I had my office hour from 9 to 10, and I ended up hanging out till like a little after 11, just packaging my orders, doing my daily routine with voice chat on in the background, instead of like YouTube content that I would normally do. Because it's better to listen to the talk and listen to the homies than to listen to some pre-recorded stuff. So I was doing that. I went and I got my son from pre-K. I went to the post office. I ate lunch. 12:45 or so, I hop on Discord again, and everyone's still in there. So about another hour and a half. I built a bookshelf, which is like right here. It's just barely off screen, that I'm gonna keep like my scale and some boxes, some packing supplies on, just so they're closer within arm's reach. But anyways, yeah, like all day the voice chat was going in Discord, which was cool to see. Cool to hang out and engage with the people. Merry Christmas, chat. Merry Christmas to you, your average player. How's it going? Pika Pika, L Dubs. Yeah, I went back to the old, there was a stretch there over the summer, early summer, late summer, whenever it was. I was getting buried in returns, and I'm getting that same feeling. So I did the throwback thumbnail. It's kind of weird because like I got the beard now, but that thumbnail doesn't have the beard on it. Getting buried in slabs right now though, so I thought it was fitting for the time. How's it going, Basic? How's it going, James? Wise Cards, Jacob7671. Ready to hear how Dan is grabbing cash today. Well, as I just covered, I've been in Discord a lot. I did do my shipments. I did do some listings. I'm not grabbing cash as efficiently as I should have been today. Kind of like coasting into the long weekend. I am going to work, not a full day tomorrow, but I think my wife thinks I'm going to work a full day tomorrow. I'm going to surprise her a little bit and kind of try to do something with the family tomorrow. Hopefully the weather's decent enough to do something. Maybe just drive around with the family, go out to dinner somewhere, check out the Christmas lights, get into the holiday spirit. Heavy freezing spray warning I see on my weather. What is it for tomorrow? Rain to snow tomorrow, so it's not the greatest tomorrow. Maybe we'll do that Saturday. Really cold this weekend. Pokemon Center Japan has the new lottery up. Not sure what lottery that is, but maybe that's for V-Star Universe or something. How's it going, Super Saiyan TCG? Mims, Jacob. Yeah, I got the second shelf up. These floating shelves, very, very easy to install a floating shelf in an open wall and just level it. There's three screws hold up each one of these. They come with those nice, I should have some. Yeah, here's one. They come with these nice anchors for holding up. You drill a hole and pop this in, and then you put your screw into it. 3 of those, hang them level, put it up. When you have your shelves butting together though in the middle, and not only does the shelf need to be level, but they need to butt together properly in the middle, that's a lot harder to get the exact, figure it all out, how it's gonna land. It was a pain in the butt, but I got it done, and I'm happy with how it turned out. So hopefully people like the new background. I can show more things off back there. Let's see some slabby baddies. Lego show. We did talk for quite a while. We talked about video games. We talked about Legos. We talked about all kinds of things in the Discord chat today. Mims just finished finals. Good stuff. Back on the Pokemon grind for the holiday break. Good to hear that. Ready for the storm of the century. I don't think we're getting the storm of the century where I am. I don't know where you're at, but hopefully everyone makes it through this storm fine. Bought a box of Metazu Seance to rip. It's a fun rip. Hopefully you'll have good pulls on the Hateful Eight. Seems like they're really clumpy, so you're either gonna get a bunch of them or none of them. Hopefully you hit them. Basics been out of school. His girls have been out of school since last Friday. Wow. Winter storm podcast. Are we getting like a huge winter storm in the Northeast? Because per my forecast, I'm getting a little bit of rain tonight and tomorrow. It looks like. I rain and snow. I guess I don't know. It doesn't look too bad around here, but maybe it will be. Yeah. But as far as itinerary for the day, if that's the right word, I'm gonna show off a couple recent consignments that came in, and I'm gonna show off that $23,000 Pokemon binder collection that I bought. Some of those returns have started to come back. I think I've gotten 200 back in hand, and then I've got like the grades for another 180 that have not landed yet. But yeah, I'll just show off a bunch of those and hang out with the chat. How's it going, Java? Nice to see you. Birch, Joey Horton, do you ship out once a week still? So I pick up my son. My son goes to school pretty close to the post office, all pretty close to where I live. I've been shipping since I've been full-time, daily. I ship Monday through Friday. I don't ship Saturday or Sunday. I can't ship. But I Thrifty. I think Ernie's a fan of the dual shelf. I think he's still not the biggest fan of the canvases, but it is what it is. You can't please Ernie all the ways, all the time. But you're looking like a PSA 10. Thanks. But yeah, Joey, I've been doing daily Monday through Friday for a little bit now. And that's going to be the plan moving forward. I mean, I'm a full timer. I don't really have much of an excuse. My light strip, I have two new ones on order because I only have one with an extension to do the top shelf. I got one with an extension for the bottom, but they're cut to length, and I didn't cut it while it was plugged in because I'm not that stupid. But one issue I had after I cut it to length, it only will display one color and it's always on. To turn it off, I have to unplug it, and it just displays blue. So my top one is normally purple, and it's blue now. I think it's under warranty, so hopefully I'm gonna get like a warranty replacement for that for free. But yeah, I really love the Elgato light strips. But this one, after I cut it to size, which you're supposed to be able to do, it shows your rate on the dotted. You can't cut anywhere, but you cut on the dotted lines, and mine died. Like, I Googled it. The only thing I came up with, some people cut them when they were plugged in, and they didn't get like electrocuted or anything, I don't think. Very, very low voltage LEDs. But yeah, the only thing I read is that maybe something got shorted, and then it's shorted inside of the controller and it's stuck one color. But what happened to the art that were on the wall in the process of switching them up? I still do have the red and Charizard, and I forget what. I had a Dragonite and a Charizard, I believe. I still have those. I have all the canvases they've sold on the Pokemon Center. Oh, yeah, not an earring. It's I don't know why I wear the earbud. I guess I wear the earbud to hear myself, to make sure that my audio is working. But then I always forget to take my earbud out once I get going. My lights might be flashing because my Elgato Control Center just needed an update. Posting my $15 PSA return on my YouTube channel at 4 p.m. today. Didn't get wrecked. Too wrecked. I was happy with it. Congrats on the return. Hopefully they did all right. We got the shill greatest hits on the shelves. Lego coming next week. Yeah, I got Deus Ex up there. I got Empire's Dawn of the Modern World. Love those games. Appreciate it, merch. I'm definitely enjoying seeing more things. I still need to cycle new things in. New spreadsheet video when? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm gonna do yet Monday, the day after Christmas. I'm gonna record that tomorrow because I don't want to record over Christmas Eve or Christmas. But I do need to figure out. I have a few thumbnails in the bank that Ernesto's fed me with. I do see Ernesto there. That background looking right, light on point. Yeah, I have a couple things in the bank, but I'm not sure which one I'm gonna go ahead with yet. Probably won't be a spreadsheet video Monday though. Appreciate it, Tayflosion, Birch. I talk with the Pokemon community more than I talk with all my family and friends combined. Yeah, honestly, like the Pokemon community, not more than my wife or my kids, because I live with them. But I don't have a friend that I see as much as I see like the people in my weekly live streams. Like in my adult life with two kids, them having their own adult lives, there's no friend from high school, from my normal life, whenever, wherever. There's no one that I see on a weekly basis, but there are so many people in the Pokemon community that I engage and talk with on a weekly basis, if not daily. There's quite a few people that I text with, not quite daily, maybe weekly, but yeah, definitely a lot of engagement in this community. Hang a spreadsheet behind you. That might happen. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what the new year brings. The new year is gonna bring some new exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to it. Nothing too crazy, but some fun little things I'm gonna have going on that you'll see. I have one more live stream next week between Christmas and New Year's, but the following live stream, there will be some new things unveiled. Probably the first video of the year. I think it'll be January 2nd or January 3rd. January 2nd, I'll have a video kind of explaining some new things for the new year, and I'm looking forward to it. Again, nothing crazy, but just little things that are exciting for me. Frame a spreadsheet of my best flip. Chicago's getting wrecked right now with snow. Crazy storm in Midwest. Hope everyone is sticking out the storm fine. Good time to sort cards by candlelight. Just don't get the cards too close to the candle. Ernesto's never happy. He's a fan of the background, but he's never happy. Correct. Brown corner table, but white floating shelves killing my OCD. Yeah, I don't know what to say on that. That's it's gonna be what it is for now. My whole, I think it's mahogany. I have a mahogany corner bookshelf, mahogany bookshelf here. My whole desk is mahogany. It's not real mahogany. It's like what do they call it? Laminate or whatever. Can I show my YouTube viewer demographics? Gender, age, country, state, etc. Yeah, I don't mind showing that. Let me get that pulled up on the other screen and make sure that I'm not gonna like dox myself in any way. But I have no problem showing that, the analytics. And at some point I intend to do a video talking about like the social media side of the business. Talk about my YouTube, my TikTok, my Instagram. A little bit of an experiment, but over the past few weeks I've been doing a video both on, well, all on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. And at some point I'll do a video breaking down how my views were, how each platform received the individual videos and which ones did better, and if I'm making any money from them and how much that is. And I think that's an interesting part. By no means the focus of my business, but it is there. So yeah, I don't even know where. Okay, audience. I see audience now. Channels your audience watches, content your audience watches, geographies, subscribed, not subscribed, age and gender. I think I can show all this. I don't see anywhere. I don't see anything showing that would like dox me or show anything I don't want to show. So I think I'm good to go. Let me switch. Let me switch to this view. Uh-oh, is my desk cam not working? Apparently my desk cam isn't working. I don't know if I can get that fixed or not. I don't know where my desk cam is plugged in exactly. But yeah, I might not have a desk cam today then. I did restart my computer. That's partially why I was late. My face camera was having some issues, so I just restarted quick before the stream, and then it was working fine. But I guess I killed my desk camera. The light is on though. The light is on as if it's working. That's strange. Anyways, let me continue on with the questions, try to get caught up. Happy holidays, Slab podcast. That was actually on my list. I do want to, since you're here messaging, I wonder if I can just go to your channel. Yeah, go to channel. Shout out to Professor Oak. Shout out to the Green Shiz. I just linked it in the chat. Go support the homies. Go support the homies. We've got 48 subscribers over at the Slab podcast. If we can't get them to like 80, I think we can get them to 80. I think we can get like 30 plus subscribers. If you watch me, if you watch my live stream midday and you enjoy this content, there's 58 people watching now. All 58 of you, I think, will enjoy this weekly podcast, this new venture that the Green Shiz and Professor Oak have going on. I think they're going to be doing, I don't know how long the podcast will be. I don't know if they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. But I think every Tuesday it's supposed to be. I just watched the trailer right before I started streaming. So yeah, go give them a follow. I linked it in the chat. Because if you're watching this, you enjoy long form content, and I'm sure you'll enjoy what they put out over there. I've been on both their channels, I believe. I know I've been on Josh's. I think I've been on Oak's too. I'm on so many different live streams. I forget where and when they are. Still haven't met Oak in real life, but I can't wait to in Orlando. I see we've already got 6 new subscribers over there. So some people are clicking it and going over there and supporting. I'm hoping we can get more than that, but I'll make sure I repost that later on in the stream. But let me catch these last messages. Joey Horton ships out once a week, twice at most. Do you think having a 5-day ship handling? Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what extent that is. Like, if I'm a buyer and I'm looking for your stuff, 5-day handling time isn't going to scare me away. But there are some people, and eBay's going to pump the 1-day handling time more than they're going to pump the 5-day handling time listings, especially when they're searching by best match, which many people do. So, yeah, I would say if you can't do it, you can't do it, though. It is what it is. For a long time, I had a very successful eBay business shipping only once a week. Professor Bird says, I didn't realize you collected the 1999 Welch's jam jars. I have that Pikachu. I use it for Sharpies and box cutters. Yeah. Anyone who sees those up there, the Pikachu and Charmander, I got those as part of my Secret Santa gift from E4. I don't think I'm not going to do like a whole video about my Secret Santa gift that I got. But I've been involved in the Secret Santa over at E4 for years now, several years. And I just opened mine the other day. Those were included, as well as some Charmander singles. And actually, I got a VMAX Climax box. If Ray is in here or ends up in here, he'll be happy to see. My desk camera's not working, but I also got a VMAX Climax box. I got a couple Charmander singles, and a signed Grass Energy. And I don't want to include the whole note. But I got a nice Charmander drawing. One of the fun things they do in the E4 Secret Santa is they have you draw the person's favorite Pokemon. So it's always cool to see everyone's. I'm a terrible artist. I have no artist skills at all. But it's always fun to see people's attempt on drawing Pokemon. Yeah, I do need to get some plaid shirts to do the lumberjack cosplay, do the Paul Bunyan cosplay for some of my MetaZoo streams. But my boy Quaxley, I've got to sport the Quaxley shirt from time to time. When are you getting those Naruto cards back? Really wanting to pick up a few. I have a few back. I won't spoil it for Saturday. A couple of the big hitters are back, and I'm gonna do a video Saturday. It's going to be a small DBZ in Naruto Return. Unfortunately, I was supposed to have. I paid my upcharges like 2 weeks ago, and then the order got put on hold, and I hadn't realized it. But I have like 27 cards, a lot of the signature DBS cards that went to PSA. They should have been back, but they got put on some weird hold. I think they're shipping soon. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have them for the video Saturday. the communities like my coworkers. Happy holidays, homie. Happy holidays to you too. Pros and cons from a communication and interaction perspective, going from corporate to being self-employed. I'm a homebody. I'm a bit of a hermit. I'm fairly introverted. So for me, like I didn't experience many cons. Mostly pros. If you're like a really extroverted, need to be in person, seeing the people all the time, I'm not really like that. I'm fine staying with my small circle and going to a few events a year, seeing a bunch of people, and then like going back doing my own thing. But I don't miss sitting at the lunch table with a bunch of people. Half the time we'd be on our phones doing our own thing anyways, talking a little bit here and there. But I talk way more in depth with people in Discord chats or in these YouTube chats than I did at my old job. So I don't miss it, but I could see how a lot of people would. Appreciate it, Maki at sea. Basics got 63-degree weather. How do I get rich quick? I don't know, but if you find out, let me know. Mertz is at 3.4% female. Oh yeah, I've got that open over here. So I'm at 3.3% female. Mertz is a bigger draw on the females than I am. Only 3.3% over here. Let me try to go here. Unfortunately, we won't have the desk cam for today. But let me get my Chrome shared. Sorry I'm a little late on doing this. Someone asked a while back. But yeah, let me get the chat set up too, because I didn't even do that yet. The wrong one. So we got the chat now when we're in the screen. We have the browser. So I am... People who watch me also watch Rudy. They watch Scott. They watch Danny Phantom, Top 10 Pokemon, and Cool Trainer Ryan. Along with Twice Baked Jake, PTCG Radio, Rattle, Cardinal Gaming, Knowledge Cards, a lot of familiar names. Leonhardt, Pokevault, Chloe, DNG Emporium, and Pokemon Classics. I have 93 subscribers in the last 28 days. Most people that watch my channel are on, part of the reason that I post my videos on Monday at 1 p.m., that's like one of my most frequent times that people are on. I think it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy in some part. Like I posted my videos at 1 p.m. on Mondays because a lot of people were there, and then it got more concentrated. More people are likely to be there if they subscribe, if they ring the bell, they see my post. At 1 p.m. they go and watch my video. So it's a self-reinforcing thing. If you post with a regular schedule, that's going to be when people are on more often. Only 9.8% of viewers have turned on all notifications. Only 9.8% of viewers have clicked that bell. Only 6.9% have turned on all notifications and enabled YouTube notifications. Typical on YouTube is 5 to 20%, so I'm in the lower range of that 6.9%. And I'm below typical on YouTube with all notifications. So less of you are clicking the bell, probably because I never say anything about it. But don't forget to click that bell while you're here, while we're going over the analytics. 57% of my viewers are from United States. UK coming in second. Canada, Australia, Germany to round out the top 5. 73% of my watch time is from subscribed viewers. 26% non-subscribed. Top subtitle CC languages, 94% of people know subtitles, 5% of people watching me with English subtitles. That's interesting. 3.3% female, 96.8%. So slightly more than 100% accounted for there. But yeah, mostly male, not surprising. Nobody 13 to 17, nobody 55 plus, or at least rounded to 0. Most people are 25 to 34, the same range that I fall into, not a surprise there. 8.9% 18 to 24 years old, 18.4% 35 to 44, and then 2% 45 to 54. So yeah, pretty interesting to see the metrics. This is something that I probably should look at more. I don't know what I really do with this, but 10.1K unique viewers, 1.9K returning viewers. Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting to look at. Let me go back full screen. But you can test the PSA grade. Some of my slabs receive low grades, and I don't understand why. If you are flawless, literally mint condition, thanks. They have the customer request center. You can send it back in for review. You can send it to the customer request center, basically, but they might take your money and not change it too. Like, I don't know that they'll ever say this is why it's a 9 in like circle or point to. But yeah, I mean, you can always try resubmitting. That's all you can really do, I think. Only happened after I uploaded a short. Yeah, the issue with unplug and plug back in, so the cord goes behind my monitor to a hub. And if I play with the hub, I might start losing more things. I might lose lights. I might lose my other camera. I might just run this stream with only one camera because it's a little dangerous to start wiggling cables midstream. And I just checked too. I just traced this one. I had issues. So my main face cam is plugged into the hub. I don't think you can plug 2 cameras into one hub. Kind of makes sense. Maybe the videos would get scrambled together or whatever, going through to the same. Whereas if you're powering a light, if you're powering a phone cord, whatever, it can all go together. A hub just being like it has 8 USB inputs and it goes into one USB input on the computer. But my face cam goes into the hub. My desk cam goes directly into the computer. My computer's like way under my desk. It's on wheels. I need to like roll it out to access the back. It's just not going to happen right now. Because again, if I roll that out, there's a chance something else comes unplugged and we lose the stream altogether. So it's not worthwhile. Let's see. PKK Pokemon Collector is 34% female. Wow, that's I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I thought maybe the beard. I'll have to look. I don't know if the beard helped the female numbers or maybe it scared a bunch away. But yeah, we're floating at 3.3% female viewership, and it is what it is. Hypothetically, if someone gave you a Moonbreon or a sealed Charizard UPC for free this Christmas, but you couldn't sell it for at least 5 years, which would you hold? Space constraints are negligible. The Charizard UPC I like a lot more. The Charizard UPC could get reprinted, but the Moonbreon is hundreds of dollars. There's a high pop that's growing, more and more being opened. I think Evolving Skies will be reprinted personally. Charizard UPC could get a reprint still, but 5 years down the line, I think the Charizard UPC will be growing fairly well from here. It's kind of floating at like its wholesale distribution price, nearly $80 to $100. I like the price point better on the Charizard UPC personally. Appreciate it, Professor Birch. We do have the subscriber number up there. We like to see that move. That is a live number. If you subscribe or unsubscribe, it should move. I'm assuming you mean equal value of Moonbreons or equal value of Charizard UPC. So I don't think it's one Moonbreon versus one Charizard UPC. I'm assuming I'd get like 4 or 5 Charizard UPCs, in which case I'd take a case of Charizard UPCs. But if it's literally 1-to-1, I'd take the Moonbreon just because of the dollar amount. Yeah, Weekly, you guys have me a little nervous. Weekly, I don't want to be let down. I hope you guys keep up with your schedule. I believe they said January 10th. Weekly is tough, though. Nick and I with Pokeflips, we went for every other week, obviously. We're doing like bi-weekly, semi-weekly, whatever they call it. More sustainable for me. I was worried weekly we wouldn't keep up with it. We'd have to miss too many. If you miss one here or there, whatever. But like, I've been really proud of Nick and myself keeping up with the schedule we came out with and hitting. I don't think we've ever missed an upload every other week. I think there's been a time or two where it's pushed a day, mostly due to my bad internet uploading the episodes. But I think we've always hit every 2 weeks. I did see a Naruto card. Colson actually sent me a DM the other day. Apparently PSA, there was a PSA graded Naruto card. But I sent all mine to BGS because I didn't think PSA was grading them at the time. James is 100% male somehow, and you actively have Lauren and Alexis in your chat every single day. So either there's such a rounding error of your viewership that they aren't factoring in, Not even to push it to 0.1% female. Or YouTube is just broken. YouTube analytics are just broken, I think. Somehow. But yeah, I mean, you have at least two. I mean, I don't think you have 200 viewers very often. Maybe when you were ripping your pack and bricking really hard, you might have had 200 viewers then. But I think your average podcast, your average viewership is under 100 or around 100. 2% of that would be female, right? Given that Alexis and Lauren are always in there. So something's up with the thing. L Dubs just smacked the bell. Maybe I'll have to start showing my analytics every week just to guilt people in to smacking the bell, hitting like, hitting sub, all that good stuff. Uh let's see. I wish more new content would upload at 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Never anything on. Always waiting for uploads. Part of the reason that I picked 1 p.m. is occasionally my video, I upload it, I make it Sunday night, and then I go to upload it. Sometimes it doesn't finish until like 8 or 9 a.m. So I like being like a set time. And I think 1 p.m. on Monday is just the most sustainable. I can always trust my internet to have the upload finished by then. I can do all my morning shipments. Monday, there's usually more than any other day. And I can get my thumbnail uploaded. I can get the description in, get the timestamps in. It's just more sustainable and repeatable than 10 a.m. or something. So I won't be personally the one to go to 10 a.m. But I'll get back to you on Instagram, Mike, about the Blaine's Charizard. Yeah, we're running Discord. The Discord voice chat went like 5 hours today. That was crazy. Appreciate you, Retro. Shout out to Retrospecs. Why don't we link his channel as too? I love it. Costs me nothing, and it supports the homies. I like, and I benefited early in my channel. I mean, I benefited the partnership with Nick, doing the podcast, getting linked by him. I benefited doing the Patreon with Jake, be on his channel. I'm gonna share Retro's channel because I'm gonna be on his channel tomorrow night live stream. So go like, sub, do all the good stuff on Retrospect's channel as well. And then I'll reshare the Slab podcast because we only got 10 new subs for the Slab podcast when I talked about it last time. But we have 20 more viewers than when I mentioned it last time. So Oak, Josh, they're doing the Slab podcast every Tuesday starting January 10th. Retrospects, I'm live on his channel tomorrow night talking hobby. I don't even remember exactly what we're talking about, but we're going to be hanging out. Me, Retro DNA, I believe Basic, Jake Smith, I think too. I think it's a pretty good group of guys. So looking forward to that. Computer on wheels. It's like just to keep it off the ground. It's like this little it's like this little chassis, whatever you want to call it, that it sits on. I like it being on wheels because I need to like slide it out so that I can plug things in and out because I can't access it from where I'm at. I could just like cut an access port in the back of my desk, I guess. But I also don't want it on the ground, all that extra dust, all that extra whatever. Keeping it off the ground, I think is better for airflow and all that. So yeah. Thoughts on the next PSA price reduction? Let me put my guess publicly out there. Clip it and feel free to let me know how wrong or how right I was. I'm gonna guess that we get $15 back. I think they renew the 15 for January 1st. There's some thought out there that they're doing this 19 to kind of scare us into submitting for 15 before the year ends, and I kind of believe that. I think 15 bulk will still be there, or 15 special will still be there January 1st, but it might go away for a couple weeks. I think we get 12 or 13 by February 1st. That's my guess. So I think we'll have 15 accessible on January 1st. I don't think they'll go lower, but I don't think they'll take away the special. It wouldn't surprise me to see 13. Some people will be mad though. Some people they turned bulk from 18 to 19. They raised it by $1. So I think they're getting some people to FOMO out some last minute shipments for the end of the year at 15. So if they open up 12 on January 1st, some people will be bummed. But it'll be like it's like you can't be that upset because even though you might have sent out 100 cards at 15 a week prior, all the subsequent cards you send out will be at the new rate. So just send more cards. Dollar cost average down. Our content is pretty child friendly, so maybe kids on parents' account. Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, mine, I market as it's not made for kids because like that's the only way you can run ads and monetize your channel, I believe. But mine's not like kids don't want to hear and talk about the markets, but mine's not like tons of cursing and tons of like it's not bad content. It's not child friendly. It's just no child would like it because of what I talk about. Wow, 43% female, 57% male. That's crazy. If Evo Skies gets reprinted, will Eevee Heroes 2? One could happen without the other. I don't think they have to happen in tandem. Two completely different companies, essentially. Pokemon Company International, Pokemon Japan. Yeah, one happening doesn't mean that the second will definitely happen. Bullish or bearish in stock market? Short term, sub 5 years, no idea. No idea. I can't even answer. Long term, 20 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, very, very bullish. Very bullish. Any word of how many Charizard UPCs are still sitting at distro? One of mine is sold out. My other one, I can buy 4 per week until they're gone. How long until they're gone? I have no idea. They could have 20 pallets of it. They could have 20 units of it. I don't know. Ernesto's bearish on desk cams. Yeah. Actually, let me check one thing. I wonder if I could steal... Snorlax is still there. So I could steal my Snorlax cam because I do have 3 cameras for some reason. But it wouldn't be super easy to swing that around. But yeah, the financial freedom Snorlax cam is still there. So if we need it later, we can grab that. Yeah, support cost is $0. It's always good to support. That's one thing I love about affiliate links. No cost to you. The best affiliate links are the ones that not only don't cost you money, they actually save you money. There are affiliate links out there that you click on it, you get a 10% discount. The owner of the affiliate link gets some percentage. Those ones are perfect. Like I hope I get a Troll and Toad discount code someday, like Rusty has. Anytime I buy on Troll and Toad, I use TCA5, but hopefully someday I'll get my own and I can start. I would still use his because I'm assuming I couldn't use mine. But I would start shouting mine out instead of his. But yeah, it costs nothing to link the Slab podcast channel. I know that I'm gonna be a viewer. I know that a lot of people are probably gonna benefit from watching it as well. If you watch me, if you watch Pokeflips, I'm sure you'll like what they're putting out. But yeah. The Green Shiz, are you guys going to do like an hour or how long are you going to do? Because if you're weekly an hour long, that's still less than we do every other week. Yeah, we're doing like 7 hours of content a month. If you're doing an hour a week, that's like 4 hours a month. Throw a party once your sub count catches Moonbryon 10 number. Probably never will, honestly. Somebody just said it. Yeah, 3,788 Moonbryon 10s. That number will probably always be 1,000 more subs, 1,000 higher than the subs that I have. Do I plan on talking about One Piece at all in detail? Probably not. I know nothing about it. I did buy a little. I bought a little of something, One Piece, from my distributor, and I think I have it now, but I don't know where it is. I need to find it. Ernesto says he's all set on Green Shiz, but he'll tune in for Oak. Oh, man. Max is a binder collector, but now I have 5 reverse Skyridge cards in perfect condition, so now I'm thinking about maybe doing a submission. Yeah, I mean, it's a great way to fund your collection. It's a great way to make collecting more sustainable. If you can grade 5 PSA 10 reverse Hollow Skyridge cards, think of how many more binder cards you can buy for your collection. That's where it started for me. 8 years ago, it started like, hey, I can fund my collection better flipping a little bit on the side. And then it turned into what I am today. So yeah, maybe in 7 or 8 years, we'll see Max's YouTube channel going full time, selling, because that's where it all started. When do I think PSA pack rating will come back down? I have no idea. I don't know what their capacity is for that. They have the capacity to grade 1 million cards a month. I have no idea what their capacity is for packs. And I have no idea the relationship with, if they're still using, they used to send them all for authenticity to the infamous We Got Duped guy. I can't even think of the name now. But yeah, how much that costs, maybe they never go under 50. That said, they could go to 25 tomorrow. I have no idea. Yeah, subgrade sell, rebuy binder copies, absolutely. Can I shill Dragon Ball? I'm gonna have a video. I'm gonna have a video for Saturday. Not like a heavy shill, but I've got some nice little bit of a spoiler. I've got some DBS. Sorry, I've got to show stuff like this because my camera's dead. And then I've got some DBZ score that'll be coming out in a video. I will show the top card. Let me show the top Naruto card. Where'd it go? I think I lost. Oh no, there it is. So here's my top Naruto card, real quick. I'll be showing those off in a video Saturday. How's it going, Northwoods? Nice to see you. Pokey Martin will catch up to us in 27 minutes on 2X. How's it going, Peaked Out Chew? Thanks for stopping in. Ernesto's going to grow a beard and start a channel called Cuban Dan, and it's the exact same stuff, but in Spanish. I like it. If it's advertised as a special, surely it has to go away for at least a little bit. Who knows? Do you think dollar cost averaging is a smart business plan for Pokemon investing? I said that term very loosely. With respect to, like, if you do a big submission and then grading costs go down, I think dollar cost averaging is one of those traditional investing terms that does not lend itself as well to investing in Pokemon. I mean, the same concept works. I'm not advocating for this. Say you're investing in Evolving Skies at $300 a box right now. If you buy 10 boxes at $300 a box as an investment, you're $3,000 into it. If and when it gets a massive reprint that sends the price down to 100, theoretically you could dollar cost average by buying another 30 boxes at 100 a piece. You're putting out the same $3,000, but instead of getting 10 boxes, you're getting 30. Now you spent $6,000 on 40 boxes. Now your average box price is down to $150. And then if you continue buying more, like, you can get your break-even price down. It does fundamentally work the same way as in stocks. I don't like the idea of investing in cardboard like that. So I don't know. I just get a little weird about using those terms in this space. But yeah, it's a reasonable concept. I think if you think Evolving Skies is a good buy at 300, wouldn't you want to buy a bunch more at 100? Wouldn't you want a dollar cost down? Unless something changes to where you no longer believe in obviously you made the wrong call. If you're buying Evolving Skies as an investment at 300, you're betting that they're not reprinting. So if and when they do, I would think you would double or triple or quadruple down. But again, none of that is advice. Retro's channel analytics is 99% females with tattoos. Distro up here in Canada has tons of UPCs, no limit on cases. Wow. 7 hours a month is just Poke Flips. We do Poke Flips twice a month, and it's about 3.5 hours each. So yeah, it's only 7 hours a month. Basic goes like 7 hours a stream, or maybe 10 hours a stream. Josh, just be careful. You know what Poke Flip started as? Nick and I said we're gonna shoot for 45 minutes to an hour every other week. That did not last long. So yeah, good luck. Good luck staying to 1.5 hours. You're more disciplined than us if you're able to. Hey Dan, asked this question yesterday on a PK Live, but what are your thoughts on XY Evo going forward? It seems to me it's picking up some momentum, and I see daily sales of Kanto boxes on eBay. I own this one box. This is the only box I'll ever own of Evolving Skies, unless I get like a flip opportunity. If someone wants to sell me your evolutions, or did I say I might have said Evolving Skies evolutions? This is the only box I'll own of evolutions forever moving ahead. I'll probably never sell this one, just to remember, just to keep that in mind. What happened with evolutions? If and when an opportunity comes up to buy like 5 cases of it at 60%, 70%, and then just flip it into the market, I would do that. But yeah, I don't put much thought into what evolutions is gonna do moving ahead because I'm not invested into it. I don't have much inventory of it. I think it'll be flat to slightly up, like most sealed products moving ahead. I think a lot of future optimism is built into today's price, and it fell a lot less sharply than I thought it would have coming out of 2020. So that's like all my thoughts on it. The product is still very liquid. Yeah, people still like ripping it. I mean, I enjoyed it when it came out. I think some people are very, very negative on it. I know Jake was never a huge fan of it, though he does have that great meme video about it. Yeah, I enjoyed it when it came out. It was interesting, but I'm not opening anymore. I'm not buying anymore. I'm not investing in it. I have one box, and that's gonna be it. Oh, one Moonbryon or one sealed UPC. I would take the Moonbryon. I think one Moonbryon is gonna be worth more than one Charizard UPC in 5 years. I thought it was equal dollar values. Easily, I would take one case of sealed UPC, but one Moonbryon, I think that it might be close. Like, I don't know what a Moonbryon is raw, but can I grade it too as part of it? Can I grade the Moonbryon? I would take one Moonbryon over one sealed UPC, though, for 5 years. It's crazy Basic has time to be in chat. Should be mastering his deck to avoid getting wrecked by Ivy. Oh, yeah. When is that live stream? Isn't that live stream like... I thought it was going to overlap. Did they postpone it, or is it tomorrow? Oh, they moved it to 4 p.m. So I'll probably raid that when I'm done. I think you originally had it scheduled for 3 p.m., right, Basic? It looks like it's scheduled for 40 minutes from right now. He's going to be doing Basic versus Queen Metazoo, the match everyone has been waiting for. Question for Dan: if I sell my precious collectibles and the market continues down, am I a financial genius? I guess you're smarter financially than if you held them as they continued down. On my $15 return, I submitted the first edition Dark Charizard. I got a near mint 8. Notice there's a black speck above the Pokeball. Do you think I should optimize it? Does it look like a 9? I'm gonna largely be done doing optimization plays after taking my punishment from PSA. I'm still gonna do it periodically though, 100%. So you got to look at the card. Is it a 9? Is it a 10? If so, maybe you re-roll it. To reward the question, do you think the UPC will rise higher in 5 years than a raw Moonbryon would fall in the next 5 years? I would pick the Moonbryon. I think the price of a singular Moonbryon will be higher than a singular Charizard UPC in 5 years, especially if you're allowed to grade it. 70, 80% chance it gets a PSA 10. That's a little not true because people are only sending the better copies. But yeah, I kind of feel like that. Are you planning to put something on the empty wall? Maybe a picture of Nick. I don't know about a picture of Nick, but I will absolutely get something behind me here. I don't know what yet, but I could put 2 more canvases. I don't know what I'll do though. It could be 2 more canvases. It could be posters. It could be, I've got a million things I could put there. Bullish or bearish on kindness? I mean, I'm always bullish on being kind, and I think good things will come back to you if you put good things out into the ethos. But I don't know if that means bullish or bearish on will people be more kind in the future. I don't know about that. What would you value a raw master set of evolutions, and is it even worth grading through to sell? I'm thinking no, but curious what you think. I think there's some cards there where there's margin on grading the singles. I would not grade like I was grading reverse hollow Charmanders, reverse hollow Pikachus. I was grading some kind of crazy stuff in 2020, even the non-hollow ones. I wouldn't grade all those. I wouldn't grade the whole master set by any means. But if your Charizards look like 10s, some of them might be worth grading. No idea what a whole master set of evolutions is worth. I would go on TCG Player. I would look on eBay sold listings. Me personally, I never like selling stuff as sets. I'd probably send the whole thing to Troll and Toad Evo and sell them all as singles. But I know not everyone can do that. If I was selling on eBay only, I'd probably just sell as a master set. Pokemon Center has the Valentine's logo up. Remember when you said buying Evolving Skies at 180 was a bad business idea? I think given all the information I had, buying just because it went from 180 to 280 doesn't mean it was smart to invest it in Evolving Skies at 180. The right outcome happened for those who did, but given everything that was going on, giving all the options you had out there, I still think investing in Evolving Skies at 180 was too risky. The risk reward wasn't worth it. Like, in hindsight, confirmation bias, anyone who decided to, you were right. Yeah, absolutely. But I still think risk adjusted, it did not make sense. It makes even less sense today. All that said, buying Evolving Skies at 300 as an investment makes no sense to me today. But it could be $500 a year from now. It could be $600 a year from now. It could be $1,000 in 2 years. Who knows? I don't really care. I don't have enough invested into it. I don't have much inventory of it. I'm more likely thinking it's going to get a reprint, and then I'll buy it back at 120, 150, 90, whatever the number is. But if not, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm just going to keep going about doing what I'm doing. Same thing with evolutions. My business has been fine after I sold my 20 cases of Evo at $250 to $550 a box, and I didn't hit the top. I didn't hit the peak, but I did well with it. So that's all I can really do. But yeah, that is a dangerous thing. When you say, like, it's very dangerous to say, like, you can go to the casino and you can put $100 on green 0. And if it hits, 1 out of 40 chance that it hits, 1 out of 42 chance that it hits, it pays $3,500 if it hits. That didn't make it a smart thing. It's a negative EV bet. Sure, if 40 of us walk up to 40 different roulette tables, statistically speaking, one of us will hit it. And that person will be reinforced. Oh, I made a great call. It was a good investment decision. It was a good gamble. It was a good whatever. No, it was pretty dumb and it just worked. Just because it worked doesn't mean it was right or your best option. Yeah, I guess that's enough rant on that. But I know what you're saying, Andy. It clearly it worked out. I mean, I definitely don't hit everything. I miss some opportunities. I sold a lot of mine at 180. I sold a lot more at 200. I sold more at 220. I sold more at 250. I think the highest one I sold was 270. I'm sold out. I probably own 1 or 2 around here, as long as Jake didn't rip them all. I see Jake in chat. As long as Jake didn't rip all the ones I have here while he was visiting, I think I have 1 or 2 boxes left, but none at Troll and Toad. Hope you're having a good week too, Jake. Nice to see you. Bullish for spiritual growth and inner peace, bearish in terms of financial gains and professional success. I do want to show, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do it like this, but I do have a few. Let me verify. Nothing to shout out on this one. I do, if people want their Instagram shouted out when they submit to me for consignments, I do that. Here's a few interesting cards that I wanted to show. We have a Growlithe, and if you see the Hisuian Growlithe, you'll note that something is a little off about it. You'll note that the coloration seems weird. We'll get to that when we get to that, but we've got a Pichu, with a hole punch in it. And as you can see, it's called Demo Hole Punched Glossy Back. Expedition, kind of like almost like a demo. It says right on it. It's a demo card. And then we've got an Eevee called Ivu Sealed Ass Fancy Graffiti card, PSA 10. So these are 3 recent consignments that I got in. Let me show them a little bit closer. Here's the Ivu Eevee. There's the front. There's the back. Interesting, unique niche card that I've never owned before. Cool to see it. The Hisuian Growlithe. It's Lost Origin. It's labeled by CGC as an error that is missing print layer. Pretty niche thing. I'm not a huge error guy, but it's a pretty interesting one. You see right below the Mint 9, it says error. It's missing a print layer. That's why the coloration looks weird. It's missing one of the colors. You can actually see the energy symbol where it says singe. There's nothing in there. The coloration of everything is just a little bit off. And then the Pichu. I don't know the full story behind it. There is a thread on E4 about it, but funny timing. I just got this consignment in, and my CGC return just came back. So I personally own a 9 and a 9.5, not yet listed on eBay, and I have a 10. I believe it's a Pop 1 CGC 10 Pristine that just came back, or that just came on consignment. So the timing was funny that in the same week, all those cards hit. But yeah, I do want to show, that was one consignment that I wanted to show. I'll take a little break, I'll get back to chat, and then I'll show the other one. At a minimum, I want to show the consignments that I intended to show. Those are all available on my eBay. Pikachu sold 2 complete Evolutions binder sets in the last few months for $250-ish. Let's see. I'm selling my collection and becoming a monk. It was nice knowing you all. Question for Dan. What is PSA's big plan? Do we send now at 15 or wait till January for the $11.99? If I had to guess, I don't think we get $12 in January. I think February, though. I think February 1st. If not, then maybe March. I would be surprised if we don't see 12 or 13. I would be surprised if we don't go under 15. I think, though, for January, we might still just have 15 and 19 as we do now. So January prices have been posted, but that's for bulk and higher. We don't know if or what the special will be. Yeah, they could do a special that'll be better. Exactly what you said. We need a picture of Nick, put a TV. Ernesto, I was actually talking about this. I don't know if Silent is in here now, if Silent's listening in the background, or if he'll be in here at any point today. Shout out to Melfi Media on Instagram. He did my short that was made, really high production value short that kind of popped off on Instagram, got like 10,000 views, popped off for me. I don't have like a 1 million view TikTok or Instagram video like a lot of people do. But yeah, Silent made that. Silent in Discord, Melfi Media on Instagram. He I was talking with him the other day, and we've got an idea. We've got an idea, not a TV, but something we can do in the background that will be pretty fun. That will be something I can play around with a little bit. Nick on TV. But yeah, I'm gonna play around for the new year. I have some new things rolling out for the new year, and I've got the shelving. The shelving's already here, but I've got some other things in the works that I think will be pretty fun, pretty cool. So some stuff to look forward to for the new year. Again, nothing crazy, but fun little things, I think. I want to grade cards. Should I wait for lower prices? If you're grading to sell, if you're grading to flip, I think if the numbers make sense now, it makes sense to send some now. If you're grading only for your collection long term, I would be sending nothing. There's no rush. If you're grading cards that you're going to own for the next 50 years, why rush into it? I mean, at the end of the day, like, why grade them ever if you're always going to own them is honestly like one take that I have. Just never grade them. Instead of spending, say you got 1,000 cards you want graded, instead of giving PSA $15,000, why not buy $15,000 more of cards? Like if I was never going to sell anything, I wouldn't grade anything. The only reason I've always graded is because I've always sold some amount. So yeah, it depends on your answer to that question. How many cards do you have? Are they for sale or are they for PC? And that would lead you to your answer. Then you need to join Popos to sell those slabs. I did join a Naruto Facebook group. I need to get into some DBZ Facebook groups as well. DBZ Score, DBS. That's kind of a plan for next week. I'm going to try to scale back a little bit my work hours, but maybe do a little bit more of that kind of stuff in the background. That is actually a play too. PSA probably doesn't like it, but when you fill out a submission, you have 30 days to send it in. If you don't send it in that 30-day window, they don't charge you up front like BGS does. So the submission just like expires. Theoretically, you could submit 100 or 200 cards at 15 and on December 31st, and you could wait 2 weeks to see what happens. And then if 15 is still there, or if 12 comes out, you resubmit it. And I'm not advocating you do that. It would probably annoy PSA to some extent, but theoretically you could do that. And I've heard people do like that. That's not a novel idea. People have done that before already many times. Do I have a sneak peek at those Naruto cards? I showed the one. Here's the. I only have 3. I've only graded 3 so far. But yeah, here's one of the bigger hitters. Actually, the biggest hitter that I probably shouldn't use for a sneak peek, but. I know you just stated earlier you don't like selling master sets, but if you were to say sell a master set of Celebrations, how would you ship a binder collection, priority or a flat rate? I would not ship a binder collection in the binder. Shipping stuff in binders is kind of scary. If you pack it really, really well, they probably won't move anywhere. I would take every card out of the binder, especially Celebrations. It's only 50 cards. I'd ship it first class mail, all in card savers or something. You can ship that probably under 6 ounces for like $4. That's how I would ship it personally. Do you think that Crown Zenith product being released over the course of 4 to 5 months will benefit the growth of the set? People might get tired of it by the time SMV comes out. I think back to Generations. Generation had a similar release. Instead of over 4 to 5 months, they did it over a year, and people were sick of it by the end. It wasn't selling at the end. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a similar thing with that. 4 to 5 months, though, maybe people won't get sick of it yet. Dark Lava Lizard like the MTG30 rant. I do have the MTG30 boxes, the opened one and then the 2 sealed ones in the background. Yeah, sleeves, team bag, double bubble, and then a box. Basic misses 100% of the shots he does take. Oh, Pikachu called every distributor and was turned down for not having a brick and mortar. Unfortunate. I think, I mean, just put it on your calendar for 6 months from today. Do the same thing. And maybe after you call 5 times, maybe they'll let you in. Or maybe 6 months or a year from now, it'll just be open. Who knows? Is there something you collected that you wish a company would start grading/encapsulating? Sorry, Earth in advance. P.S. The correct answer is Pez dispensers. I do have a very nice Charmander Pez dispenser here. It is filled with Pez, so I'm going to indulge myself in a nice Pez candy. Pez dispensers would be dumb to grade, but if they did, I would probably have 30 of these sent out the next day. I would probably sell PSA 10 Pez dispensers for like $50 a pop if the grading fees was like $20, or I'd probably sell them for like $100 a piece if the grading fees were 20. I think I paid 50 cents a piece for these. Yeah. Who knows? They might someday. Oh yeah, peek that shoe. I don't think I can buy Dragon Ball. I'm not sure though. I think it's I think that's brick and mortar only. That pristine Pichu is disgusting. I don't know if that's good disgusting or bad disgusting. I think in the context, I think that's the good disgusting, but I don't know. Quachancy is obsessed with that Growlithe error. Message him. I'll have to hit him up. I know Quachancy from my E4 days. Yeah. Andy said he didn't invest either at that point because of the risk reward against my instinct. I just wanted to see you rant a bit about it. Well, it worked. You got a nice little rant out of it. But yeah, absolutely. Like, just because things go the right way, it doesn't mean you made the right call. But that's, yeah. You tell that to somebody who invested heavily in Evolving Skies at 180 and it panned out. Someone stubborn enough isn't going to ever agree with you. Even though years ago, people with Rolling Skies invested at 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. It was all good until it wasn't, until they hit the reprint button. And if you owned it all till today, what percent was it per year? I don't know how it all works out, but overall, like Evolving or Roaring Skies is a pretty expensive box today. So it did go from 300 down to 80 at one point, but it's doing well if you held it that long. Yeah, I forgot I have the Pez up there too. That's funny. Just submit cards with hole punches and convince grading companies you open it that way. Yeah, these are not like these. This is the Expedition Pichu, but it's not like this is a very glossy, thicker card stock. As far as I understand, there's a great thread on E4 that I actually just linked to. Low Popping. Low Popping was asking me the other day after he saw my listing. Let me just find it. I'm just gonna share it. I think it was on Instagram. But yeah, there's an elite forum thread about the Hole Punched Pichu event. It was on lanyards. All this and that. I don't really know the whole story, but I do remember the thread from years ago. I'm not finding it quickly now. I'm not going to search for it, but it's on E4. But you cannot just hole punch an Expedition Pichu and get it encapsulated this way because it is very obvious. It's a very different card. Glossy, very thick card stock. Just lost my chat. There we are. Sitting Cuties do get restocked. When the reprints happen, I have no idea when the drops happen. No idea. But just because a Sitting Cutie is sold out doesn't mean it will be forever. But if and when it will ever come back, I have no idea. There are times where, like, I remember when I first bought my batch, I want to say there were no Charmanders there. And I checked back periodically, and then one day they were there, and I bought like 20 of them. My kids have a few. Appreciate that, Ancient Mew. How's it going, Boondock? Having distribution is so overrated. I recently made a video where I showed kind of the reality of having it. It can go either way. It depends on what your goals are. It depends on what your business is. I think it's a huge part to my business overall. It's been a huge part of my business over the past 8 years. But it varies. It depends on what you're doing and what your goals are, as I said. Happy birthday, Boondock Games. So much content on my birthday. I assume then that it's your birthday, so happy birthday. If so, I have a PSA 10 Lugia plush behind me. Yeah, I wish they would grade those. Do you like the DBZ score or DB Super better after going through the collection cards you purchased? They're both cool. Like, I don't have nostalgia tied to either. Let me show two, like, here's two pretty hefty Goku cards. I don't have a nostalgic tie to Goku, but both of these are pretty cool. Very different art styles. Very different from each other, the art styles. But I can appreciate both of them. Like, they're pretty cool. I don't know what more to say than, like, they're pretty cool. Different backs. The dragon thing on the one is cool. The other one, the fact that they use, like, the rarity symbols, essentially, from this one, kind of cool. I can't say that I like Score or Super better, but they're both pretty interesting, and you got kind of like the vintage versus modern thing going on, right? But they're not the same exact thing, so it's not like 1-to-1. When you buy raw from Japan, what return on your investment after grading fees and everything do you hope/plan for to make it worthwhile in your eyes? 25, 50, or 100%? The more the better. I have not bought through Buyee in a long time. Last I was doing it was in 2020 when everything English seemed overpriced. I was over on Buyee buying Cream sets, Masaki sets. I was buying Burn Towers, tons of cards like that. Indigo Plateaus. I might go back there someday, but I don't have plans to anytime soon. But yeah, the more the better. If you're doing it to only make 25% margin, I would just wonder, like, if your hits are going to be 25% margin, how bad are your misses going to be? I think a double up is fairly standard. So like 100% margin is fairly standard. Nice thing about shooting for 100% margin is that if you miss, there's still like a healthy margin to make some money. and to make a decent hourly wage. And if and when the prices move a bunch, you're a little bit safer. From which year is your oldest collector's item? That's an interesting question. I'm trying to think of the absolute oldest. It would be a coin. The oldest coin I have. I don't have anything from the 18th century. I would love to finish out my typeset at some point. But I do have. Oh, man. I don't have any draped bust dimes. I want to say I have a capped bust dime. And for anyone, let me put this in this one. I can show you what that is. But I think this would be the oldest collectible that I have, that I own. This is what a draped bust dime is. They were produced from, what did it say? From 1828 through 1837. So I would have somewhere in the 1830s probably. Mine would be in well-worn condition, kind of like this one is on eBay. But I love U.S. coinage. I would love to get the really old 1700 stuff, but I've just not gotten to any of it yet. Very, very expensive. But I have like I don't want to just I guess you can't see. Yeah, it's risky. It's risky to be navigating through through the internet, especially image search. You never know what might come up. But like a trade dollar. I have trade dollars, Morgan dollar, and those are not nearly as old. But yeah, like trade dollars were from 1873 to 1878. I love historic coinage, U.S. coinage. There's like a trade dollar, significantly more modern than the one I just showed. But there's so many beautiful old coins that I have. Like seated Liberty dimes, seated Liberty dollars from the mid 1800s. That kind of stuff would be the oldest things that I own. Here's a seated Liberty dollar. Yeah, from 1871 this one is. I own dozens of coins from the 1800s, some as early as like the 1830s, but that would definitely be my oldest that I own of anything. Those are Dragon Balls. Oh god. How's it going, Radar? Nice to see. See, I say something dumb about hey, those are the rarity. These are the rarity symbols of Dragon Ball Z score. They're Dragon Balls. Yeah, I bring Radar out of the shadows by saying something stupid about Dragon Ball Z. Let's see. How does a $200 jungle pack in a 10 cost $450, but a $20 XY pack in a 10 goes for $250? Honestly, more jungle packs were probably created than most XY era sets. That's part of it. But the other part of it, yeah, there are things out there going on that don't make sense. And I'm going to eat another Pez. I'm going to just be munching on Pez for the rest of the stream now because I got this Charmander out. I'm going to try to put it away so I don't eat anymore. But yeah, things like what modern packs are selling for in PSA 10, kind of crazy to me. Where do I get slabs? I don't know what you mean by that. Like, where do you grade cards? BGS, PSA, CGC. If you want to get like the one-touch cases that you put your own cards into, you can buy those on eBay or Amazon or wherever. Colt says my oldest collectible are my vintage New Balances that I wear, my dad's shoes. Dan, need your hot take. Will Pikachu lose the throne as the mascot of Pokemon now that the anime is moving on from Ash and Pikachu in Scarlet Violet? I think it won't lose the throne, I don't think. I think it'll... I guess I don't really know. If Pokemon wanted it to, Pokemon could probably push it out of being the mascot over the next 5 years if they have the desire to. if they want to push Quaxley as being the new guy or whoever they choose. I think through marketing, putting instead of releasing 100 Japanese amazing Pikachu promos every year, if they started doing that just with Quaxley or with whoever, Bidoof, I think they could turn it into whoever they wanted with enough time and with enough marketing money and all that over time. But I don't think they will. I don't think they have any reason to. They might make some like big second tier guy go up hand in hand with Pikachu, but I think they'll still keep Pikachu around enough that he's right up there as like the main guy. When is Squeaks or Radar gonna be featured on Pokeflips? Radar's been on it. I want to say Radar's been on it twice, maybe. But he's one. I mean, there's a pretty much every guest we've had, we would love to have again and again. But like we only do one guest a month. We can only get through so many people. I'd be surprised if on a couple year timeline if Radar doesn't end up on it again. And I have a standing open invitation to Squeaks whenever he's ready. He's a busy guy. The invite's always open. Squeaks, if you're listening, hit Nick and I up if you're looking to get in on a podcast. But yeah, really looking forward to having Squeaks hopefully someday because good dudes. I do miss collectible conversations. Do you collect any vintage paper currency? I think I still have it right here. So whenever I get money in my day-to-day life, or coins or silver coins for that matter, I keep them. So like this red seal. So if I don't have a normal $5 bill, all I have is hundreds near me. All I have are hundreds handy. But most dollars today have the green seal, and most bills have had green seals for quite a while. There was a period where they made silver certificates. For a while, they made red seals. They made gold seal. Like I have a couple gold seal $10 bills. I do have sporadically every one I've ever received in the wild I keep, but I have bought a couple. I don't have any PMG graded paper currency, but I do have a little bit of paper currency here and there. It's just a cool thing. I got this at a bar. I went and I bought a beer. I think I bought a Juice Bomb IPA with a 20. This came back in my change. I couldn't believe it. Like to see one of these in the wild, it's not like insanely old. Paper currency doesn't last nearly as long as coins do, but it's a series 1963. So it was cool to go to a bar, buy a beer, and get a 1963 red seal $5 bill back to me as change. I think the value of this in the condition it's in is about $5. It's not worth anything. If it's PMG, I think it's PMG. Maybe not. PMG is precious metal gem for Marvel. I might be getting my acronym screwed up, but if this was like a XYZ 100 or XYZ 70, I don't know if they use the Sheldon scale of 100 or 70 like coins do. But yeah, if that was graded very, very high, it could probably be worth a decent amount. But in this condition, circulated condition, it's probably worth $5. All I have is hundreds around me. I don't have my wallet on me, and I just happen to have a very small, modest stack next to me. Radar said he'll join Pokeflips in January or February if I get an invite. I think we only do one guest a month, and I think we have guests lined up for the next couple of months already. But John, if you ever want to hop in on this, I was asked earlier today in Discord voice what one of my goals is for content in 2023. I need to be better about collaborating with and just reaching out and like hanging out with people more often. I do these weekly live streams for a while there, for a short stretch. John actually did. John called into one. We hung out just like we are now. Retro's called in, Ernesto's called in, I think Jake Smith called in. I need to do that more regularly. I need to come up with some kind of a regular format where I do that, and I need to be better about like reaching out and setting those things up because I'm not great about it. Like I'm gonna be on Retro's channel tomorrow night. He reached out to me, he asked me, I go on. I've been on the Green Shiz, I've been on a lot of different channels. Old Card Shop's channel, Jake's channel many times. I'm gonna miss people, but I'm bad about initiating that contact, and I need to do that more. I need to be better with that. I feel like DBS secrets have a healthy margin in PSA 10. There's definitely some healthy margin out there. I'm grading. Ideally, if it's a card that's been graded, search an eBay listing. Literally what I did was, because clearly I'm not great with this stuff, I searched for this card, BGS graded, and I just put on the form exactly what was on the cert of one on eBay. It was more tedious, more time consuming, but once I did that with like 10 or 20 cards, especially with Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super was easier because you've got like the BT1-031-SPR. You got that same format, and you just get into a rhythm writing it all in the same format. And it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Not nearly as bad as I would have thought. Um, have I ever looked into collecting Marvel cards, either vintage or modern? No. My son's really getting into Spider-Man lately too. Maybe I will at some point. I gotta hit up Swami. I've been on Swami's channel before too. Maybe I gotta hit up Swami, start talking some Marvel, start getting my son some Spider-Man cards. I I don't know though. It's like I have so much backlog from the Pokemon stuff that I'm doing. I'm afraid of adding too many more things. Um how many TCGs am I selling these days? As of right now, I own like 40 different TCGs from that big collection buy that I bought. Um, so I have tons of them. But as far as what I've actually graded and started selling so far, just Naruto, DBZ, and then Pokemon. But I have a lot of other stuff I need to get through in the coming months. Jamie Chris VA asks, "What Discord are all you guys in these days?" I primarily hang out in my own Discord that I run through Pokenomics. That is a paywall Discord that you can only access if you're in the Patreon. Linked below if you're interested. If you're not, that's fine too. As far as free ones go, though, Squeaks has one. We were just talking about Squeaks. Shout out Squeaks Discord. Um, Professor Oak has one that I'm in. I'm in both those as well. I'm not super active, but if people are hanging out in there and if people are tagging me, I'll pop in. I'll get the notification. I'll pop in from time to time. So yeah, Squeaks and Oak are two that I'm in. I'm also in the E4 Discord. I'm not very active in there. Same thing. If someone tags me in there, I hop in. I'm in there scarcely from time to time. But there's a lot more out there. Those are just a few that I'm in. There's a lot more out there, I'm sure. What did Goku the Galaxy Hero get? Yeah, got an 8.5. This Goku Galaxy Hero. This is not the regular version either. It's the GKI version from the Grand Kai Invitational. I'm learning a little bit about this stuff. I just learned today that these are Dragon Balls. So I'm learning as I go. Uh, favorite card from V-Star Universe / Crown Zenith. I don't have one. I've hardly looked. I don't even know fully what's in them. I know the spoilers have been all over the place, but I'm not a big spoiler guy. I like to wait. I didn't buy any V Star Universe yet. Um, so yeah, I don't even. I'm not familiar enough with the set to like have a favorite at this point. If they have a Quaxley card in there, I guess it would be Quaxley, but I don't think they do. So I don't have one. And Boondock had the same list as me: Squeaks, Oaks, and Pokenomics most. I did register for the 3 Illustrator 2022 promo cards. Um, I did register for those. Uh, people of PK, I think PK posted about it on his community feed. If you want to go to PK's channel and look at his community, there's a link where you put like your email in to see if you can get the code, kind of like the special delivery Charizard lottery that they did. So go put your name in there if you want to try to get some of the promos. I'm probably going to end fairly soon. I kind of have a few more things I want to wrap up before the end of the day. I said I'd probably go till about 4:30, but I think I'm going to call it closer to 4. I do have one more consignment that I want to show off before I go. And this one is from Nick. I don't think he sent me a business card. But yeah, this is from Nick. Nick in California. And pretty interesting stuff. We got a correct, and these are all up on eBay. We got a corrected Blaine's Charizard PSA 9. Corrected means, I wish I could show this on my desk camera, but my desk camera is broken. Where it says discard all fire energy cards, most of them had a fighting energy symbol. And we have Pokemon Radar in the chat. Pokemon Radar actually found out the variety of boxes, gym challenge boxes, that have a chance of having the corrected symbol Blaine's Charizard in them. So shout out Radar for that. We've got a PSA 10 Unlimited Skarmory from Neo Genesis. Very, very low pop card. Not a card you see that often. We got a PSA 8 pre-release Staff Evolutions Charizard. We've got a set, a legend set of Heart Gold Soul Silver Lugia Legend in Japanese. I'm going the wrong way with it. But yeah, cool to see the whole PSA 10 set. I don't like selling things as sets. I listed these separately because some people might have this one and want this one. Some people might have this one and want this one. I always think you do better selling things separately because worst case, like if someone wants both, they can just go buy both. They can just go buy both. So yeah. And then I have a PSA 10 Stream Psyduck on consignment as well. So that's Nick from California's consignment, also available on my eBay. Yeah, I hope everyone has a very, very Merry Christmas. I hope everyone has a Happy New Year. I'm gonna hang out a little bit longer. I'm probably gonna wait until I see Basic go live, and then we'll raid Basic. If you want to see, I know MetaZoo's not everyone's thing, but I'm a MetaZoo partner, and I want to see Basic and Ivy. Last time I saw them play, it was live in person in Denver, and I watched Basic stand up triumphantly, thinking he was going to win, and he counted down Ivy's life points down to 5, and then she proceeded to beat him on the next turn. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Let me reshare one last time. I think we took the Slab podcast from 48 subs up to 59. Retro, I think I already showed you, didn't I? Yeah. Goku the Galaxy's Hero got BGS 8.5. I think that's the one you're asking about, right? Yeah, it's gotta be. So Retro got an 8.5. Go sub to the Slab podcast. We only got them 11 new subscribers. There's 75 people watching or listening. If you enjoy this content, I'd be surprised if you didn't enjoy. Give them a chance. Go sub to them. January 10th, they're gonna drop a their first episode. So let's all go over there. Let's sub. Let's give them a chance on their first episode. See how it goes. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a new weekly podcast every Tuesday. It's nice because it's Tuesday too, because I do a video on Monday, and then I do a live stream on Wednesday or Thursday. So in between my content, you can go give Oak and the Green Shiz a chance. Try out their new podcast. Retro likes that. Give them a chance. Let's see. Best way to find the con/shows around the US, more popular ones, Collecticon. Go to collecticonusa.com, and that tells you 7 of them. All the other ones I don't really know. Follow big people on social media. I know Pat Flynn, Deep Pocket Monster. He is doing Card Party in June in California. I don't think I'm going to go to that one. But yeah, I'm also hyped for Retro's Live tomorrow night. Chevals. Am I still hitting PWCC and heritage auctions? I've not. Over the past few months, I've not. I intend to get back to them, but I've not for a while. Swag Daddy says they get one chance if the content is mid. I'm unsubbing. So you hear that, the Green Shiz? You hear that, Professor Oak? You're getting one shot from Swag Daddy. You guys better come out of the gate swinging. You better have something good. 3 new subs since I just linked it. So hopefully they don't let us down. Hopefully I don't lose my sub if they don't pan out. But as far as tomorrow night's content, be sure to follow Retrospecs because I'm going to be live on his channel tomorrow night with, let me make sure I have everyone, with Basic, DNA, Jake Smith, and last but probably least, Dan Ketchumall. Let's see if Basic has gone. So Basic is live. We're going to raid Basic now. Basic does a lot of Pokemon content too. If you're not into the MetaZoo content, at least go over, say hi, say Dan sent you. We got an auction going on in the chat for my Goku. But yeah, be sure to go over to Basic. We're gonna raid him. I'm gonna take the last half hour of my workday to watch them in the background and to wrap up a couple things. I appreciate everyone watching. I hope everyone has a happy, healthy, Merry Christmas, New Year, all that good stuff. I will be live next week. I will be live tomorrow night with Retro. I'll be live next week on my channel, my normal weekly live stream. But I'm gonna try to take it a little easy. I'm gonna try to have a light week. But yeah, I appreciate you all watching, and I will catch you all later.